You bought another car?
Yes.
Which one?
It's for you.
That Range Rover?
Yes.
But it's too big. It's not gonna fit into anything.
Well, it's the normal Range Rover. It just has an extra, like, 10 inches right here.
10 inches is a lot.
Well,
That's a lot.
It's not that much.
This is too big. This looks like a limousine back here.
A limousine, exactly. Yes.
Liam doesn't need a limousine back here.
Well,
welcome to Hoovies Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and the theme of today's video is overcompensating for your mistakes. This is a term that I learned when I was training at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, which I'm still involved with, although not as much. If you haven't tried Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers before, especially in the Kansas City area and in Arkansas, please do. It helps me out quite a bit. But anyway, if a guest was mad about their food, if we got the order wrong, something wasn't right, you would overcompensate for the mistake. You would fix the order, you would apologize profusely, and also you would make things better. You would turn a negative into a positive, either with a free custard dish or a gift card so they come back next time, you get another chance to give them a positive experience, something like that. So we're overcompensating for our mistakes today, not just me, but somebody else that I made a video about a few weeks ago. But starting with me, I got this car not too long ago for my wife, and she really never liked it that much. I love E-Class wagons. I've had several of pretty much every generation ever built and thought this would be the perfect car for her, and she just never got attached to it. So let me explain why. So I promise you, my wife isn't stuck up. She's not snubbing at her nose at a Mercedes, even though it is a really nice Mercedes. It just doesn't fit her and what I wanted this car to do. It is a great car. It has basically a detuned AMG engine. The E43 engine is basically the same thing. A twin turbo V6. This is 320 horsepower, whereas an E43 would be almost 400 horsepower. You could tune it to that level, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to void the warranty. And it is a beautiful car, all-wheel drive, lunar blue metallic. The interior is two-tone. This is MB-Tex vinyl upholstery. It is unbreakable, indestructible. Even though it's white, it all wipes right off, and the dark carpets mean it would never show stains. Basically perfect. But my wife, before this, she was driving the Hyundai Equus, which she didn't like very much, but before that, she really liked the Cayenne Turbo. I bought that thing for only $4,500, that Porsche, and it was the favorite car that she's ever driven. She asked me to get her another one of those, or a Range Rover, was her secret love affair, but I was just like, you don't want those, it's gonna break a lot, yada, 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 and kind of talked her into this. And she was okay with it for a while until the baby came, and then we were presented with a serious issue. So this is supposed to be our cross-country road trip car, kind of like the Griswolds in Vacation, and it has a rear-facing third row, which is really fun. Not that you'd ever use it for long trips, but the issue came when the baby showed up, and we had to put this car seat in here, and it fits. But in order for it to fit, this seat has to be moved up to a very uncomfortable position. Like, I'm doing a Doug DeMuro right now. I'm 6'2", and my knee is hitting the dashboard right now, and I'm sitting straight up. My head is literally hitting the ceilings. It's not very comfortable to sit in a position like this. Basically, it's like being in coach on an airplane and the exit row is right behind you and you can't recline your seat. It's kind of that scenario. So once this happened and she kind of pointed it out, I mean, I totally get it. As much as I love this car and I love driving it, I see the appeal of big SUVs now, which is why people buy big SUVs, because it has plenty of room and a lot more comfort. So I am way overcompensating for my mistake and buying a gigantic Range Rover, which we're going to go see now. And I'm buying it from a dealer that also wanted to very much overcompensate for the mistakes they had made with me over the years. So let's go over and check it out. Last drive. I'm gonna miss this thing. It is beautiful and it just drives wonderfully. Handling's awesome. But this isn't for me. This is for her. And of course we had to get something that I wouldn't mind driving as well. And overcompensate for the mistake. Way overcompensating. Let's see. Alright, so the last time I was here making a video, well, it didn't go so well, but they could have been really bad sports about it, but they weren't. Taylor, he's head of the marketing here, he contacted me immediately, and I mean, you were very apologetic about the service. I mean, obviously, I didn't get a thorough inspection like I wanted.
No, and that's obviously we hold higher standards, but I'm glad I literally messaged you on Facebook, said give me a call, and within 5 minutes and the next 2 days, you're touching base.
We did, and I had a nice long meeting. It was about 2 hours. Met with the VP. I've met the owner, the Walzers. They came from Minnesota not too long ago. Their son, the 2 sons working here. They really rolled out the red carpet for me, and they really wanted to make it right somehow. The family member that had issues here with Land Rover, they're taking care of him. Some other friends that I know, they're taking care of those issues they had in the past, and then they really wanted to do a positive video with me. They didn't necessarily want to sell me a car, but I was in the situation where I kind of needed to, and where they really helped me out was on the trade-in of the E-Wagon. I got to drive this thing for whatever, 6-8 months and put over 10,000 miles on it, and I really didn't lose all that much money. And I got into this crazy thing. So it's a 2017, well, hang on, before I do that, I don't want to share this experience with anybody else, so we are going to rope it off. Yes, there we go. I've never done this before. Congratulations, Tyler, on your new Range Rover. So this is a 2017 Land Rover long wheelbase supercharged. We'll get more into this thing and why it's special here in a little bit, but you have something for me?
I have the keys.
Oh my, yes. Oh, the keychain's not attached. Now follow through there, Taylor, come on.
Grabbed the wrong one, apparently.
Well, okay, that's very nice.
Oh, God.
So, we were worried about rear leg room. We are overcompensating for the rear leg room.
Just a little.
Just a bit. Just a bit. But it's not just that. There's a lot of other cool things, and I think the 2017 is actually a really special year for this car, so we'll get into that in a bit. But first you got to take delivery and learn how everything works, and then take it for a drive. Just want to make sure before I go, though, got the car seat. It's mounted. Let's just make sure here before I drive off. That's just a bit of room. Oh man, I'm really gonna miss that E-Wagon. It was so good, and I already feel like I'm overcompensating in a different way with this big British brodozer, but it has the supercharged 510 horsepower V8 engine, which is supposed to propel this thing 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Not bad for 5,500 pounds. Let's see if it has the thrust. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Wow. So that's just as fast as the E-Wagon, if not faster, but this thing is a giant boat in a good way. I love land yachts, and this thing with its air ride suspension, it feels like a Rolls-Royce Phantom in that way, and it is buttery smooth and quiet. And the seats, my main gripe with modern cars, these are not too firm. They're kind of firm, but the just silky smooth leather kind of makes up for it. So it is a really nice place to sit, kind of like you're sitting high on the throne. So you're probably wondering, why a Range Rover for your wife, Tyler, when you know very well that Range Rovers love to brake, the air ride likes to pop, among other things, and leave the owner stranded in very unfortunate situations. And, well, you're absolutely right. But this Range Rover is certified pre-owned with a full warranty until 2024 or 100,000 miles directly from Land Rover. That's why I bought it. Unfortunately, Doug DeMuro messed up CarMax. There are some of these on CarMax, the supercharged latest version of the Range Rover for sale, but the Max Care warranty, it's way more expensive, more than $5,000. I think a lot more than $5,000 for similar coverage. So it just doesn't make sense. With this one, I'm covered till 2024 and 100,000 miles, like I said. And what I paid, well, definitely not the cheapest one in the country by a lot, but there's not a lot to compare it by either. Brand new, this was $130,000 with options, and I bought it for basically half that, which is an incredible deal for a car with only 38,000 miles and really a better warranty than new. So 2017 is kind of an in-between year, because in 2018 they did a facelift of this Range Rover, added a lot of new features, classed up the front end even more with some blingier lights and a grille, but the 2017 got a lot of the features. They tried out some things that the 2018 was getting. So the 2016s and older, well, they don't have a lot of this stuff. Like the Drive Pro, this thing will steer for itself, it'll stop for itself. So my last Range Rover experience didn't go so well. It broke too much and it was completely worthless by that point, so I just dug a hole in the ground and buried it. It was a pretty bad death. So hopefully this time it goes a little bit better, but it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it has the warranty. If it breaks, great, because then I get the warranty value out of it, but also we need to make sure that my wife is happy. So hopefully she likes this thing. Hopefully me overcompensating for this huge mistake that I made in rear legroom and getting a car that she really didn't want will be overcompensated by this beautiful, massive Range Rover. Massive. Well, we drove through some rain and this thing immediately got dirty, but you can still tell underneath the dirt how pretty this thing is. And it is a super highly optioned supercharged long wheelbase, not an autobiography, because you don't want the reclining kind of aircraft looking seats in the back. You want a full bench. But in addition to the standard options and the Drive Pilot, which I poorly demonstrated, it does have the more expensive wheels that are two-tone, but now they are covered in dirt. And the long wheelbase doesn't have a third row. They just give it all to the second row passengers. And this one also has rear entertainment with the TVs. You can see it's already kind of reclined. The rear area is the exact same size as a normal Range Rover. Pretty big, plenty of room, all power. Nice thing about Range Rovers is you have a tailgate like a truck, so you can sit on it at the drive-in or anywhere else. I guess that's electric too. Lots of electric whizzing things that are going to break. And just look at the quality of this. Oh, this door panel, just crazy. And soft closed doors, of course. Yes. And up front, a very, very pretty place to be. So 2017 got the wider navigation system. It has a lot more functionality. 2018, you have the same screen, but then you also have a screen underneath here for the climate control. My favorite part has to be the camera system. Here's the 360-degree camera showing my beautiful rug and my daughter's Barbie Jeep. And look at the sunroof on this thing. It is just absolutely massive. It goes and goes and goes and goes. So on the surface, it seems like a really high quality, well put together vehicle, and underneath the surface, well, it really doesn't matter. They have their issues, but it doesn't matter. I have a warranty till Kingdom Come, or 100,000 miles, so I can enjoy the heck out of this thing without worry. It's just super nice, but that doesn't matter. What really matters is if the wife likes it, and I guess it's judgment time. We can go in and see what the other half thinks. She should love this thing. I don't see how you could not love a giant Range Rover.
You bought another car?
Yes.
Which one?
It's for you.
Me.
Car of your dreams.
That Range Rover?
Yes.
That one?
Yes, a 2017 Range Rover Supercharged long wheelbase.
But it's too big. It's not gonna fit into anything.
Well, it's the normal Range Rover. It just has an extra, like 10 inches right here. It's not that much bigger.
10 inches is a lot.
Well,
That's a lot.
It's not that much.
That much.
So you're complaining about rear legroom in the Mercedes, and now you have, look at this room. Look at the room for the car seat.
This is too big. This looks like a limousine back here.
A limousine, exactly. Yes.
Liam doesn't need a limousine back here.
Well, I figured you would like the extra room for
I'm not
things.
sitting back here.
Okay. Well,
I'm not sitting back here. I'm sitting back there.
how about just sit up front? It really doesn't drive all that different from a normal sized one. I promise.
Okay.
Just get in.
Want me to start it?
Just get in. It's fine. So very nice, huh? Look at the wood.
Yeah, I like this.
Yes. All right, start it up. Look what's happy to see you when you start this thing up.
What happy to see? Oh, this knob.
The shift knob, yes.
Oh, yes. It's nice knob,
Right.
right?
Okay. All right. This was all a prank. I'm not going to surprise her with another car ever again. I need to consult her to make sure she's happy with it. And I did before I bought this thing, and you love it, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
It is pretty big.
Very good.
It is pretty big.
Yes, it's pretty big.
But it's manageable. You like
right.
it.
Yes. Yes.
So I did a good job. So the moral of the story, never surprise your wife with the car, because it could seriously backfire, as it has. Well, I've done 3. 2 were bad. Well, the Mercedes wasn't bad.
wasn't good.
It just
It's
didn't
good.
work. The M3 was awful.
I know.
Awful. And the SLK 55, you loved it, but then it had no back seats.
Right.
But yeah, so you're happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
We'll see.
This
Maybe
really
it'll
pretty.
break. Maybe it'll break and create a lot of content for us because, yeah, it's warrantied out the wazoo. So that's the only way you can buy one of these for sure. So.
But we have the warranty.
Big warranty.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's
so,
good. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Congratulations on your new Range Rover.
Oh, thank you.